We got to get that man Gerard Mayo out of here. Ben Johnson, come on down. Mike Vrabel, come on down. I'm not ecstatic about Vrabel, but he's a leader. He can get guys to not be indisciplined. Don't love the defensive-minded head coach. But, yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today, man, I'll be talking about my New England Patriots fumbling the bag. We can't even tank correctly. And we, of course, beat the Bills backups 23-16. Of course, Joe Milton comes in. He looks straight up phenomenal. Again, it was against backups, but we might be getting his trade value up. See, at the end of the day, when we lose, we still win, because not only do we have Joe Milton, but to get his trade value up, the Falcons have officially missed the playoffs, which means that we do have a pretty damn good third-round pick for them from the trade in the offseason to get Matthew Judon. So we have 2 third-round picks, and the Patriots officially have the 4th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. I just came out with a tweet. I'm like, Abdul Carter. Okay, no, it goes this order: Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Ted McMillan, or at the very worst, Kelvin Banks Jr., the offensive tackle from Texas. I'm content with that. Now, obviously, I have my eyes set on Travis Hunter. I wanted the 1st overall pick. I want to be able to trade down to a quarterback needy team, secure some draft capital, still have the ability to draft a guy like a Travis Hunter. Now, you're more slim to that because there are 3 teams in order. It's the Titans, it's the Browns, and it's the Giants. QB needy team, QB needy team, and QB needy team. I think the 1st overall pick is going to be Cam Ward. 2nd overall pick, the Browns. They need a quarterback, but they also have Deshaun Watson on that cap. If I'm my go quarterback, I go Shador Sanders. At 3, you're the Giants. Who do you go? Do you go wide receiver? Do you go defense? Do you go Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, aka pause Sexy Dexy, or do you go that dog Travis Hunter? I personally go Travis Hunter, which would mean that from the 4th spot, the Patriots, we would have a chance between Abdul Carter, or if you go to the Giants, Ted McMillan, or if it's a lineman like Kelvin Banks. Early in the season, it was really Will Campbell from LSU, but people have been saying he probably transitions to a guard at the NFL level because his T-Rex arms like Desmond Bain from the Grizzlies. If you know, you know. Yeah, let's talk about this game overall. By the way, before I even get into my notes, I just want to shout out Joe Milton. He played a phenomenal game today. Again, it was against backups, but Joe Milton was always a toolsy guy. In college, fell to the 6th round. This is his first ever time playing in the NFL this season, and he looked like a pro. Again, take what we're gonna saw because it was against backups, but somebody thought he was making evading pressure. I'm like, whoa there. I'm not gonna say he's better than Drake May. People were doing that in the preseason. People are still doing that on my timeline on Twitter. I don't want to follow you. I'm looking at my For You. People like, Drake May never looked this good. Drake May, QB conversation in New England with Drake May and Joe Milton. Man, get the fuck out of my face. But I'll give credit where credit is due. Joe Milton has the tools. People are like, oh, we got to play him today, see if he can really be the quarterback behind Drake May. After seeing this performance, yeah, without a doubt, 1,000%, Joe Milton can be, a backup behind Drake May for next season in case Drake May goes down. He's been out a couple of games this season with taking the hits. He doesn't like to slide. But yeah, but we also may be able to get like a 4th round pick, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Elliot can work his magic and finesse and get a decent pick for Joe Milton, and you feel what I'm saying? But people are like, why did they draft 2 quarterbacks? Well, they drafted 2 competent quarterbacks at the very level so far. It's only been a game for Milton, but this is really, really impressive. So we're going to click this right here. This play didn't end up counting, but it was still a fire play. That's what. Why not go ahead and show it? Hold on, I forgot. I literally had my audio playing through my speaker instead of my headphones, but there we go. We should be set now.
2nd overall pick. Carolina, of course, took Bryce Young.
Hold on. I literally forgot this whole time. I haven't even had them on. There we go. Alrighty, so. Alright, so nice. This whole time, I've just had that audio on in the background. My fault. Alrighty, so there we go.
They ended up getting the 2nd overall pick. Carolina, of course, took.
Look at Joe Milton. Evading pressure, almost getting sacked. 3rd and goal. Flag. Didn't connect to the holding penalty on Tank Commander Keaton Wallace. Gets out of it. Those had Top Douglas. Dude, that was special, bro. That was absolutely special. The ability to evade the pressure. He's a big guy with a big arm. There's nothing but darts. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So let's get into the game. Like I said, Patriots won by a touchdown. Drake May comes in for a drive. Milton comes in for the remainder of the game and plays pretty damn well, man. He had a couple of nice runs, but the big time thing he did this game was his arm. I mean, he's Bazooka Joe. He has a cannon, man. This guy, if somebody want to take a chance on him as at worst a bridge quarterback, I mean, dude, he's toolsy. Dude, he really is. Like, I've heard about. I'm not a big college football guy, but the fact that I've heard of Milton, he was a 6th round pick. Dude, I know he has some accuracy issues, but dude, he looked great today. Again, it gets back and take with a grain of salt, but dude, he looked pretty damn good. Joe Milton's trade value might be through the roof. I mean, let's be honest. Like, teams need quarterbacks. Are you telling me he's not better than Will Levis or Mason Rudolph for the Titans? You're telling me he's not better than, DTR for the Browns and Bailey Zappi? Like, let's be for real. Let's be for real. By the way, can I get a fuck Joey Slye? Bro has been inconsistent all season, but now he wants to consistently hit his field goals and make a 50-yarder to go up by a touchdown. Man, fuck off. Chad Ryland was the tank commander. Now you have Joey Slye, who is mid at best, and of course he takes this game to step his game up. Like, be so for real. I'm so sure. We got a false start penalty as well. Oh my god, the penalties today were absolutely insane as always. False start Layden Robinson on the first drive of the game. But all respect to Layden Robinson and Caleb Wallace, we cannot lock them in as starters for next season. They have not really shown anything. So only guy you're going to trust right now was really Mike Onwenu, who had a disappointing season, going from right tackle to right guard, or right tackle to right guard to playing the left. Like, they've just been putting him everywhere, and then he just hasn't been consistent, unfortunately. 4th and 1 stop on the first offensive drive of the game, but they like a run play and we stuffed them, which is cool. But again, I'm rooting for the Bills to win this game because I want the first overall pick. But no, we got to win the game for no bare reason. Then Milton comes in, like I mentioned, for the second drive of the game for Drake May. Played one drive, didn't really do anything, and they just took him out. Thankfully, I don't know why he even started, to be completely frank, but whatever. Yeah. Joe Milton threw nothing but darts. He had also a pretty good quarterback sneak conversion, like a 3rd and short or a 4th and short. I can't remember correctly. Joe Milton, he ends up getting 2 touchdowns today. I mean, he had a nice 1-yard read option rushing touchdown for the first touchdown of his NFL career. At that point, it was 7-0 Patriots, and I'm like, don't score again. Okay, cool. Faked out. I think it was like Rasul Douglas, former Packer, now in the Bills for the last couple of seasons. Just faked him out. Just all green grass. Nobody's even in his vicinity. Just touchdown. Just love to see it. Right from the passer penalty on Dietrich Wise. That's one of our veterans. This just can't really happen. But at the end of the day, for this game, I'm not going to get on anybody. Ray Davis on a 4th and goal. I'm like, they're going to go for a field goal, and the Bills just go for it. And nice little touch pass from Mitch Trubisky, who ends up placing Josh Allen after he plays one snap for his consecutive streak starting games, and then he ends up getting benched. Trubisky does for Mike White. Yeah, I think they win that game if they have Trubisky, to be honest. Trubisky's a solid backup quarterback. Mike White is just had that nice stretch where it was the Jets and he played the Dolphins, but let's be for real about Mike White. Ray Davis did get a nice touchdown on 4th and goal. At that point, was side at 7-7. But Darian Lowe, terrorist, number 59, gets the call for a false start penalty. Joe Milton to Kayshon Boutte before they had a nice play as well for like 20 yards. And right after that, back-to-back 48-yard touchdown, blown coverage by the Bills. Throw right in the dot to my dog, Kayshon Boutte, who went over 100 yards today for the first time for Patriots receiver since 15 games ago. And my boy Kayshon Boutte went over 500 yards from my agenda. Kayshon Boutte might have went close to like 600 yards in the season. So I'm not going to lie. Let Kayshon Boutte cook. My wide receiver 3/wide receiver 4. Still need to get a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 alongside Pop Duck's wide receiver 3. And wide receiver 4 being my dog Kayshon Boutte, LSU legend. At that point, Mill was 10 for 10. The Patriots are up 14-7. False start penalty on DeMontre Jacobs. The offensive line, like I mentioned, it's just a makeshift offensive line. That shit stinks. I saw Dan Orlovsky try to talk about the Bengals are the worst O-line in the league. Motherfucker, be for real. Our offensive line is fucking dog. Sure, we have one competent player on offensive line, and it's Mike Onwenu. We have a center, Cole Strange, who was a bust on the offensive line, and coming back from a gruesome leg injury. and he's playing center for the first time in his NFL career last week, and this week with the second week ever playing center at the NFL level. So be so fucking for real right now. Be fucking for real. Christian Ellis had a nice third inning stop in coverage. I was kind of looking for like a pass interference because he kind of turned back, but whatever. Tony Gibson ends up fumbling. The Tank Commander himself, who loves fumbling. By the way, where was Ramondre Stevenson? Was Ramondre Stevenson just get benched today? Like, I didn't even see him. Did they say Ramondre Stevenson was out? Like, I'm so confused. I didn't hear anything about him. He had 2 carries for 1 yard. They said Ramondre Stevenson was active, yet he didn't play a single snap. We literally saw Terrell Jennings in the game. Yeah, they said he's active on ESPN, so I don't know what's going on with him, but he has 3 years left for $27 million with an out after next season. So we'll see about Ramondre Stevenson. Is very underwhelming. Had a first couple of games he's been really good, and now he's averaging under like 3.9 YPC, which is the lowest in the NFL for running backs with over 150 carries. So very disappointing season for Ramondre Stevenson. It's a nice test. I got the Titans to tie it up with that late Drake May legacy play against the Titans. They're gonna be losing the OT because doing a pick, but I digress. An ineligible man downfield penalty on Kaden Wallace. Kaden Wallace had a call for like at least 3 penalties today. It's not a good game from whatsoever from the former Penn State alum. We'll look at another Penn State alum and that dog Abdul Carter, as long as Travis Hunter goes in the top 3. If not, give me Travis Hunter. I digress though. Javon Baker, I've been waiting. I leaked him out a tweet. All I'm asking the Patriots today is for Javon Baker's first career reception, and he finally got it. 1 target, 1 reception. I think maybe 2 targets, but Javon Baker finally catches first reception. Thank God. Polk was inactive today. He's on the IR, I believe. It's just been super disappointing for both of them. Polk's played. He's been underwhelming, and Javon hasn't played. When they've been on the field, connection with Drake May is non-existent. So at least he got there with Milne. Would love to see him get his first catch with May, but at the end of the day, beggars can't be choosers. Other holding penalty on Kaden Wallace. Good effort from Terrell Jennings, who, like I mentioned, got snaps previously to Ramondre Stevenson. But he couldn't fully corral the touchdown from Milton in the left end zone on 2nd and 16. A pretty good pass from him. It's just good defense as well from, I think it was like Christian Benton. I forgot who the announcers mentioned, but pretty good play from the defender there. Joe Slides are making a 41-yard field goal, 17-16 Patriots. Jaheim Bell got the reception finally. I mean, Austin Hooper, I think he got like a head injury, and Jaheim Bell came in, got a nice pass. Probably like his 2nd reception of the season, like a 6th round pick, maybe 7th round pick. I remember watching Patriots press pass with Taylor Kyles and Mike Callick, and they were, I think it was Taylor who was interviewing Jaheim Bell, who I guess also, not Jaheim Bell, but Jaheim Bell's trainer, who also works with Polk and Baker. I was really excited for them. They really haven't amounted to anything this offseason. This season, unfortunately, after the offseason spark, where I was really excited to see all 3 of them, and they really amounted to nothing. So hopefully next season is better for them. Kayshon Boutte, like I mentioned, had 100 yards, 15 games since then for the Patriots wide receivers, which is absolutely hysterical, dating back to literally the beginning of the season, where it was probably like Pop Douglas or some ish. I mean, Hunter Henry doesn't go because he's a tight end, but he got it decently early into the season. There's a grounding penalty on Joe Milne the second. Joe Milne had an insane play, which I showed. That was an absolute dot, gets out of pressure. But it was a holding penalty on Kaden Wallace. Let's go. And then Joey Slides are making a 42-yard field goal. 2016 Patriots, and he ends up making a 50-yard field goal, 23-16 Patriots, and we end up getting a stop on the final ensuing drives for the Bills and winning the game. Unfortunately, go from the 1st overall pick to the 4th overall pick. So not ideal whatsoever. Shout out to Joe Milne. They played a phenomenal game. But before that, Drake May had 1 passing attempt, 0 for 1. Joe Milne today, though, 23 of 30, 237 yards, and a touchdown. Just passing wise, he had some incredible dots. That one to Kayshon Boutte, just throwing on the run, throwing with pressure in his face, eluding sacks. Just really the game from Joe Milne. Just wish we lost this game because I went the 1st overall pick. But beggars cannot be choosers. We got some good development from Milton and Kayshon Boutte, so I'm not gonna take it. I want the 1st overall pick, but you know what? Fuck off, man. Tony Gibson, 11 carries, 45 yards. Terrell Jennings, 8 carries for 20 yards. Joe Milton, 10 carries for 15 yards and a touchdown. His first career rushing touchdown, where you went eluded right here.
2nd and goal. Read option. Milton. A Sunday walk in the park. Oh. And how about that?
Kayshon Boutte, 7 catches for 116 yards and a touchdown right here.
And for Patriots fans, hopefully he's just like Josh Allen looking for his 115th consecutive start. Milton again, Boutte wide open.
Shout out to Kayshon Boutte. Really excited to see him develop in the Patriots system. We might have finally drafted another competent wide receiver with him and Amari Douglas. Now, unfortunately, they aren't ones or twos right now. They're more so 3s and 4s. So we're still looking for 1s and 2s. Maybe somewhere down the line. I expected what's his name to be wide receiver 2, Polk and Baker at the most to be wide receiver 1, but I guess my expectations were too high for this season at the very least. So we gotta get that man Gerard Mayo out of here. Ben Johnson, come on down. Mike Vrabel, come on down. I'm not ecstatic about Vrabel, but he's a leader. He can get guys to not be indisciplined. Don't love the defensive-minded head coach, but I had a Patriots fan remind me that we might get not Mike, but Josh McDaniels back, Patriots legend, who's a terrorist when he's a head coach with the Dolphins, head coach with the Broncos and with the Raiders, but as an OC is good, even though I didn't like what Devontae Adams and the Raiders had to say about him towards the end of his tenure, but I said that's a different discussion for a different day. Pop Douglas 3 catches for 34 yards, Hooper 4 for 28, Jaheim Bell 1 for 19, Gibson 5 for 16, Bourne 2 for 12, Javon Baker 1 for 12 as well. Overall, to the Patriots, so I mentioned at the top of the video, you might have to look at a guy like Abdul Carter. No sacks again. The Patriots have one of the worst pass rushers in the NFL. No sacks, no interceptions. Playing a lot of backups and guys I really didn't know of prior. Like, let me just throw out a couple of guys. Miles Battle, Truman Jones, Titus Leo, Eric Johnson II. I'm just not familiar with their games whatsoever. Kick return wise, Alec Erickson had a 1 kick return for 16 yards. And then he also had a punt return, 2 for 26, 13 yards per punt. Joey Slye, of course, makes all 3 of his field goals, makes a 50-yard, 11 points overall. Bryce Behringer had a pretty good punt. I remember they were giving him some love in the second half. 3 punts for 112 yards, 37.3 yards per punt, and 2 inside of the 20. And on to the Bills. I mean, Trubisky, he played all right. Nothing too crazy with Trubisky. A couple of third down converts, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. 16 for 22, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Mike White came in for Trubisky towards the I knew he was at least in for the 4th. 4 for 12, 31 yards. Not really impressive whatsoever. He missed a couple of throws, and that's probably their right flags. They probably, thought they had a decent chance of winning that game with Trubisky, but they just put Mike White in. Dude, like, yeah, just lose this game, brother. Ray Davis, pretty solid game for him, rushing and receiving. 14 carries for 61 yards. James Cook came in for his touchdown. NFL leading touchdown, 10 carries for 27 yards and a touchdown. Ty Johnson 2 for 13, Trubisky 4 for 12, and Reggie Gilliam 1 for 4. I love saying that, Gilliam. Curtis Samuel was 7 for 52. Keon Coleman the Rook 3 for 40. Matt Collins 3 for 26. Quentin Morris 3 for 20. Presumably like 3rd string tight end behind Kincaid and Knox, who I didn't even see on the field today, I don't think. Ray Davis 3 for 4 and a touchdown. Ty Johnson had 1 catch for no yards. They had 1 sack from Von Miller, who got that in the first drive of the game on Drake May. And that shit was so scripted. They were talking about Adam Schefter was like, Von Miller needs 1 sack, and of course, first drive of the game, he got it. Roger Goodell, that shit was scripted. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be so for real. And then no picks today from anybody. Kick returns wise, they had Brandon Codrington, 2 kick returns for 63 yards, 31.5 yards per kick return. Ty Johnson, 1 return for 21 yards, 21 yards per kick return. No punt return today whatsoever from them. Tyler Bass made his lone 49-yard field goal of the game with his 4 points. Sam Barnes, the punter, 4 punts for 157 yards, 39.3 yards per punt, and 1 inside of the 20. Now, overall, looking at the team, Patriots had 308 total yards to the Bills 259, 228 passing yards to the Bills 142, 80 rushing yards to the Bills 117. The Bills had 4 yards of play, had 5, 19 first downs to the Patriots 16. 4 of 12 of the Patriots were on 3rd down, while the Bills were 6 of 15. On 4th down, their Bills were 1 for 4, we 1 for 1. We have 61 total plays to their 65. We allowed 1 sack, they allowed 0. Punt return punts, we have 3 to their 4. Penalties, we had 7 for 59 yards, they had 5 for 6 for 35. We lost 1 fumble to Antonio Gibson, and they didn't lose any fumbles or throw any picks. We didn't throw a pick either. Time possession, 31 minutes and 14 seconds for us, and 28 minutes and 46 seconds for the Bills. We now head into the playoffs next week with a record of 13-4, while the Patriots with a record of 4-13 are headed into the offseason in a very tumultuous offseason where they have the most cap space in the NFL, uncertainty at both the head coach and GM position, and a lot of money to spend with an owner who's not getting any younger and is eager to get this team back in the playoffs with their quarterback, hopefully of their future. Still a lot to be worked with. Offensive line isn't good. Wide receiver room isn't good. The defense isn't good. Running back room, Roger Stevenson took a step back. So right now, can't pencil him in for the future, unfortunately. Like Kyle Duggar hasn't been good. Jabril Peppers is dealt with off the court, off the field issues, and this has not really been there. Supposed to be one of our leaders defensively. Hunter Henry isn't getting any younger, any tighter. We might have to draft a tight end. Then we just gave him like a 3-year deal for like $27 million, like $9 million a season. But I digress. Let's look at NFL Tankathon and we'll go ahead and watch these games. Just want to go my fantasy football championship against my boy Luke, who already took the dub in terms of his NFL team because he's a Browns fan, and the Browns have the second overall pick locked in right now. So look at this right here. The Titans have a record of 3-14 have the first overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. The Browns at 3-14 have the second. Giants at 3-14 have the third, which is so sad because the Giants literally missed out on having the first overall pick secured literally last week by beating the dog shit Colts with their dog shit defense. And they still have a higher pick than us, so we laughed at them. Like, what happened to the game I love? Patriots, we literally fumbled a decent haul with the first overall pick for Cam Ward, I presume. We have the fourth overall pick, Satan with a record of 4-13. The Jags with a record of 4-13, the second with a record of 4-13 at fifth. Jets with a record of 4-12 at sixth. Las Vegas Raiders with a record of 4-12 are seventh. Panthers are my dog, Bryson, coming off like 5 touchdowns with a legacy game, beating those Falcons and going out with a bang. Soon to get my dog a good defense. Soon to get my dog some receivers because they need some help. We look at running back room though with Chuba Hubbard and I presume Jonathan Brooks whenever he's healthy stops tearing his ACLs. But I digress. Tens had a record of 5-12 are 9th, and the Bears had a record of 5-12 are 10th. The Bears just won their last game against the Packers, and they probably went from at the very least 8th to 10th. So they went down a couple in terms of draft pick by beating their division rival Packers, which I guess they'll take, but not ideal for them. This is a year that they were supposed to be like fighting for the wild card, and they're 5-12 with one more win than the Patriots, who they had lost to as well. So not ideal for the Bears fans out there. But you do have another top 10 pick. So the Patriots went from last year having the third overall pick to the fourth overall pick. So I guess there's improvement. I guess from though we were like 4-13 last year, and we're like 4-13 this year. So, well, we were like 5-12 last year. I could have swore we were. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lose my mind. Patriots 2024 record. But they said this is the first time we've had. Okay, last year we were 5-12. Okay, we were 4-13 last year though, because back-to-back years of being 4-13. Last year we had the third overall pick. This year we have the fourth overall pick with a win of in the strength of schedule of 468. Oh, all right. So not ideal, but we have a winning percentage of 235. Yeah, it can be out this shit. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Ted McMillan at the very worst, Kelvin Banks Jr. You are New England Patriots. Tough season though. I'll try to keep making some videos depending on what comes out in terms of news. I've kind of already pointed out what I want the Patriots to do with the NFL draft. I'm not a big college football guy, but I'll be watching towards college football playoffs, things like that. Able to see a couple guys like the Abdul Carters and the Kelvin Banks. Even though how do you even scout offensive line? I saw Kelvin Banks got a false start on the essentially the final drive for the Texas against Texas against Arizona State against my dog Cam Scatterbo, the demon himself. And I was like, how am I put the lineman? They got a false start in the clutch, literally with the perfect Patriots. So whatever. Patriots do not go out with a bang. First overall pick to fourth overall pick. What happened to the game? The Patriots have no shame. Patriots have no shame. Back-to-back season with 13 losses. Draw Mayo, he got to be out of there. Elliott Wolf, he might got to get out of there because this is a dog shit roster and a dog shit team. But at least you have Drake, motherfucking May, and Joe Bazooka Milne. That's all I gotta say. Other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and to like the boy John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.